Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What's the goddamn deal? It is your boy, Marley Bet, and this is Brothas N Bets MLB edition. And when I'm talking MLB, seems like it's been a minute. I got the homie Moose Money in the building. And of course, picks. There we go. Picks from Dave. What's up, fellas? Seems like it's been a a minute, but we back. How y'all doing?
Good.
Already, trying to get over yesterday. Had a nice little win streak, made a nice little profit Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday I was like, you know what? I want to give this all back. So I was feeling very charitable. But I'm not feeling charitable today. I'm feeling very greedy.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I'm on the first week of the month. I went on a tear. Last week of the month, I'm 5-15. So I'm ready to get out of that fucking
Yeah.
Let's get out of that. SBO, my guy, what's going down? Dunn says he needs 3 plays. I need 3 games, maybe all unders. All right. SBO said he just need 2. All righty then. Let's jump. Well, you know what? Before it's been a minute, let me do this real quick. I went back, tallied up the last show, which was on August 2nd, I believe, was the last show. On that show, based off the plays we had open, Moose took a break. I think he just gave us commentary and a couple great breakdowns. Dave, he went 1-1. I went 4-3. Overall standings, still everybody not too bad. We're all above 500. But 60-34-1. Don't know how that's happening.
Dude,
Moose, 39-36-2. Dave is at 11-8. Keep in mind, Dave came he's only been with us like a month, I think, somewhere around that time. It hasn't
around
been
there.
today. So we're gonna keep pushing. Hope everybody that's here, y'all go check out the college preview. Moose is a part of that action. We've done 3 conferences so far.
Yeah, you've done the Big 12, Big 10, and ACC, and you got the Pac-12 coming up next week.
SEC, Pac-12, and MAC are the last.
Oh, there you go.
On the list, I believe. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. This game is a game that I saw somebody in the chat, Dunn, was asking about. So figure we start there. I personally don't have a plan on this game, but I know where Moose is going. And if he confirms it, I'm probably
Yeah, you know where I'm going.
Right with him. But we'll let Moose give us his breakdown. Let's start off with talking about the Kansas City Royals and the Minnesota Twins. The Royals run line +1.5 is at -125. The money line is at +168. Twins run line -1.5 is at +105, and the money line is at -178 with a total of 8. A couple actual factuals before we let Moose take it away. On the mound, we got Chris Bubic for the Royals, and for the Twins, we got the ace Joe Ryan. 8-5, 3.95 ERA. Bubic.
Bubic.
There we go. 2-6 with a 5.02 ERA. A couple actual factuals for the Royals. We'll start there. 6-3 straight up in their last 9, but 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games against Minnesota. 2-8 straight up in the last 10 games on the road, but 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games against an opponent from the American League. Total's gone over in 4 of the last 5 games. Over in 10 of the last 13 games when playing on the road against Minnesota, and over in 4 of the last 6 games played this month of August. The Twins, they're 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent from the AL Central Division, but 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games played in the month of August. Their totals have gone over in 6 of the last 7 games against KC, over in 10 of the last 13 when playing at home against Kansas City. Moose, go ahead and take it away. I know you have a plan on this game. What is it, sir?
I really like the under here. I took the first 5 under 4.5. A big reason I'm not going full game is 100% on the bullpens. I could easily see both bullpens imploding because they both have the ability to do so. The worry would probably be more Bubic than it would be Ryan. Ryan does have way better home splits than he does away. At home, he's got a 2.92 ERA versus a 5.05 ERA on the road. Bubic just has been outstanding since June. In the month of July. July, he had a 3.28 ERA, and in the month of August, he's got a 2.31 ERA. He has pitched exceptionally well. A lot of that you can attribute to his better fastball control and setups. He's able to use his secondary, tertiary pitches a lot more effectively. So when he's throwing his changeup and his curveball, he's able to set up his fastball way better. I don't think the Twins are an offense that are just absolutely clicking. Of course, they always have the ability to do so, but they're not. I think they were somewhere around 89 and 92 rated runs created plus versus right-handed pitchers. So all that kind of leads me to the under. I want the first 5 under 4.5 and lock it in. I got that.
All right. I'm still off. I do like the under look. I was kind of thinking maybe a first 5 on Ryan. That would be the only look I was kind of debating on, but I stayed away. And mainly because this Twins bats suck, right? At least right now. And I can't risk it. Me personally. Dave, you have anything on here?
Yep, I didn't bet this game, but I totally agree. A couple things to add. This is the first time the Twins have faced Bubic and Bubic.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Because they're in division and he hasn't faced them at all.
Yeah, it's weird. So that always favors the pitcher, obviously. And then Kansas City's hitting right-handed pitching just below average, but Minnesota's been dog crap versus left-handed pitching. They're 211 average, 606 OPS, 118 isolated power, and 74 WRC plus. So the under's the play. The only problem is Bubic can be really bad when he's bad. Ryan is erratic, and who knows what's going to happen at the plate. But if I was gun to my head, first 5 unders the play.
First 5 unders sounds like it is the play, then. God damn it. I'm going to pass though. I'm still off. Good luck to you guys over there.
I'm officially off, but I do like that bet.
No, I'm on it. I got it. Let's get no runs.
Good luck, Moose. Good luck. I believe in you. Believe in you, my brother. I believe in you. Dunn believes in you. He says he's locking that shit in.
There you go, bud.
Hey, let's do it, man.
Right.
I mean, I do like the fact that Bubic hasn't seen him, and Joe Ryan in his 2 starts versus the Royals has pitched exceptionally well.
Yep.
All right. I haven't made a play on this game. I want to really bad. I need somebody to push me off the goddamn ledge, Dave. Counting on you on this one, Dave. Rays, Yankees, run line plus 1.5, minus 105. The money line is at 215. Yankees run line minus 1.5 is at plus 125. The money line is at minus 235. We have a total of 8.5 on the mound today. We got Jalen Beeks, 2-0, 2.35 ERA. Do we call him the ace? The ace of the Yankees anyway? Garrett Cole. Is he the ace of the Yankees? I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably different. That's a discussion for a different day.
Money-wise, the ace for the Yankees, 9-4, 3.3 ERA, Mr. Garrett Cole. Really quick couple actual factuals, real fast. Blow past this and get to it. The Rays, 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games against the Yankees, 5-11 straight up in the last 16 games on the road, 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games when playing on the road against the Yankees, and their totals have gone under in 4 of the last 6 games against an opponent from the American League East Division. Same Yankees, 2-9 straight up in the last 11 games, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games when playing at home against the Rays, but 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent from the American League. The totals have gone under in 4 of the last 5 games, under in 6 of the last 9 games against the Rays, but over in 10 of the last 12 games at home. Now, I really really want to take the Rays here, Dave. I really want to take the Rays here. To be honest with you, I was looking at the run line plus 1.5 at -105 just from a value standpoint. I felt like it possibly could have been a good play. The Yankees are playing like shit right now. They can't hit. They only hit for home runs. Now, when those home runs are yanking, they're good. But other than that, tell me why I'm definitely not paying -235. And I definitely can't support a run line for the Yankees. So why shouldn't I take this plus 1.5, -105, or even the money line at plus 215?
Not a horrible bet. It still is the Yankees. And here's the deal with this game. One, it's going to be a bullpen game, or one of those games where the Rays pitch Beeks 1 inning and then Yarborough comes in for 4. One of these weird hybrid coaching things that always confuse me. That should favor the Yankees, but here's the deal. I bet the Yankees twice this past week, lost both. The Yankees are dead to me right now.
Bet them last night. I'm trying not to make it a revenge bet.
Neither. That's why I stayed away from this game, because I already don't like the Yankees just in general. But when I had bet them and I see an angle and they don't pull through, F them. I think the run line's not a horrible bet. I think the better bet, and I'm not betting this, but this is a lean, is the under. Rays bats stink recently. Yankees are not hitting like the Yankees.
Like that,
the only problem is it's at Yankee Stadium, and what happens if Aaron Judge and everyone wakes up? Yeah. So that's just my lean.
Boost, what you got for me?
Man, I'm not touching this shit with a fucking 20-foot pole. Get this fucking game away from me. How can you? I mean, Garrett Cole. You look at. If I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole too far on this, but if you're going to qualify an ace as a guy that limits the offense every single time, you can't be going 6 innings, giving up 7 hits, 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 innings, 9 hits. Like, that stuff can't be happening. And that's 3 out of his last 4 starts. And 2 of them came at home. I really have a tough time seeing Garrett Cole as that stopper that he used to be. And I would be more prone to the over, but I'm not playing an over with the Yankees. I'm not playing an over with the Rays. It's a bullpen day for the Tampa Bay Rays. So, the run line could be interesting, but it's still not a bullpen that looks anywhere close to what we expect. 3.5 ERA the last month, 3.77 FIP, and their batting average against is about 240. Those aren't great bullpen numbers. And if it's a bullpen day, I don't trust the Rays to stay in it like I would on any other year with the bullpen day. So not touching this. I'll talk about it a little bit just because, sometimes it's nice to talk about a train wreck, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not involved in it. I'm not helping out.
You trust the Yankees bats right now?
No, fuck that. No, absolutely not.
Do you trust them to wake up against the bullpen?
No. Would I be shocked? Like, would I be surprised if there's runners on first and second, 2 outs, and then there's back-to-back home runs and it's a 4-run game? No, I would not be surprised by that at all. For what it's worth, DJ LeMahieu is not in the game, but he was hitting pretty well, but they're taking another bat out of the lineup. That's not great. So I would. Yeah, I'm not even going to say I would lean to the over. I don't want to touch this. I'm off. It's fucking radioactive. It's Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island. Get me away from this nuclear reactor about to blow up.
Well, as I get closer to this nuclear reactor.
Here's the deal with the Yankees, and this is what I'm thinking. So I watched these games. I watched the games I bet. Even Aaron Judge looks not himself at the plate. He's striking out. The look on his face, he's flummoxed. And they're throwing – it's like Serrano from Major League. They're throwing curveballs right over the middle of the plate, and he's whiffing them. Mm-hmm. I think something's off with this team, and they're the Yankees. They're going to right the ship, but I don't think you should bet the Yankees till you see a game where they blow someone out.
I mean, I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was on this show where, Dave, we were talking like outside of Aaron Judge, the rest of the Yankees weren't really hitting. So It kind of is just Aaron Judge. As soon as Judge stopped hitting the way he was, the Yankee lineup just boom. All right, yeah, because how could we not expect it to happen? Would have been one of those moments where I think experience will help me in the future to know if I'm talking about the lineup is getting carried by one guy, the inevitability that one guy is going to slump, because in baseball, you're either going into a slump or coming out of a slump. Mm-hmm. And I should have been on that. And that's just experience. Next year, if I see something like that happening, I will be fading that team.
All right. Well, with that being said, I'm going to take this Rays run line. I just think the value plus 1.5 at -105. It's too much for me to pass up with the Yankees playing the way they've been playing. And honestly, and anybody that catches this or before the game or is listening right now, it's probably a revenge bet. I bet on the Yankees last night, and they fucking pissed me off and didn't do shit. Couldn't fucking hit nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Judge striking out and shit. But so this could be I'm just upset. But when I saw this, and I was like, Cole hasn't been pitching. He's prone to get his ass hit every now and again. He's not pitching like an ace. And even if 1.5, the way these guys been hitting lately, I think I'll take my chances. I like it. So just more of a value play for me, honestly. Versus I just think one team's better than the other right now. Neither one of these teams are the Astros. So. The Astros. This one I don't have a play on either. Moose has a play. I understand Moose's play. No, I don't. I understand that Moose. I understand that Moose likes this guy and he really doesn't like the other guy. And so I understand. So I'm gonna let Moose bring up the guys' names, but he likes one of them, and the other one, I won't even say he doesn't like him, but he's been an automatic fade all season.
Auto fade.
So yeah. But couple of actual factuals really quick and go over the lines, and I'll let Moose take this one away. We're talking about the A's and Rangers. The A's run line is plus 1.5 at -150. The money line is at plus 141. Rangers run line -1.5 is at plus 130. The money line is at -151. We're looking at a total of 8 on the mound. We got James Caprillion, 3-6, 4.38 ERA. And for the Rangers, we got Mr. Glenn Otto Fade Otto, 4-8, 5.20 ERA. I think he actually got a win in his last start.
He did. I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
Lost and was kind of pissed, like, oh, he must have beat me though. I was kind of pissed about that. But Otto's made me a lot of money this season, so can't be mad at that. Couple extra factors really quick before I let Moose take it away. The A's 0-8 straight up in the last 8 games, 5-10 straight up in the last 15 games against Texas, 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games on the road, and 0-6 straight up in the last 6 games against an opponent from the American League Conference. The Rangers, not too much better than themselves. 4-10 straight up in their last 14 games, 7-13 straight up in the last 20 games against an opponent from the American League West Division, and their totals have gone over in 6 of the last 7, over in 7 of the last 9 against Oakland, and over in 5 of the last 6 games when playing against Oakland at the crib. Maybe I'm kind of looking at that overplay that just caught my eye, giving out all those over numbers. Other than that, I don't have a play on this game. Moose, take it away.
I mean, you really did sum it up. This is a guy in Caprillion that I do like his second half numbers. In the month of July, he had a 1.93 ERA. So far in the month of August, a 3.48 ERA. And he's just pitching way better because he's been able to limit his walks. He did walk 3 guys in his last start, gave up 4 runs. But before that, he's been managing his walks way more efficiently. 1, 1, 2, 1 in his last few starts before this. I expect him to be much better control. The A's are a bet-on team outside of Oakland, and I know that on the road recently, I think they're 0-8 in their last road starts. But this is the first 5. I do not trust the Oakland bullpen at all. Glenn Otto has just been an absolute fade for me all year. There's certain people, there's certain pitchers that cappers latch onto, and they just milk it for all it's worth. Patrick Corbin. And this is one of my guys that I just latched onto, and I have faded him all year, all season, and I am not stopping here. I love the value that I'm getting in Oakland. I think the bookies also see that because they didn't boost the numbers, and I feel confident looking at his last starts. 5 innings, 4 hits, 6 innings, 4 hits, 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 innings, 5 hits. And I feel good about taking the A's first 5 with Caprillion over Otto and the Oakland A's versus right-handed pitching last couple of weeks, 98 rated runs created plus. So I feel pretty good about taking the A's here first 5.
How do you feel about an over full game play? I mean, I just read off a bunch of over statistics.
Yeah, I would take it. Here's how I'd play it. If you get a nerfy, like if you get through the first inning with no score, I would take an automatic over there because I am pretty confident that the bullpens are going to give up runs. Oakland has a 4.03 ERA, but they have a 5.1 FIP. So there is a significant difference. I should note that there's a 4.3 xFIP, but a lot of this is based off of the fact that they really have way too many walks, and they're averaging about 3 walks per 9 innings when they're coming out to pitch, and that's not good. They also have they have a I already mentioned that. They have a 4.3, yeah. So this is definitely a situation where you can take a live over, but I do expect Caprillion to pitch well, and it's tough to kind of bank on Oakland and overs, but on the road, they are way better. Oakland team totals are usually a bet on.
Dave, anything on this one?
Well, first I will say Patrick Corbin is my prison wife, and I have milked him for everything he has. But Glenn Otto is close. He's in the top 10. He's awful. Caprillion, I'm not sold on. I will say I agree with Moose. There's this weird anomaly. Oakland plays better away. Their pitchers pitch better away. Their hitters hit better. The only person that doesn't is Cole Irvin. But here's the deal with this game. It's kind of the battle of the who gives the shits at this point. I don't know what they have to play for. Everything you said about the bullpens are right. They can give up runs. These pitchers can give up runs, but both of these teams aren't hitting. So I don't know where to go with this. I guess gun to my head, I'd auto fade first 5 innings. I'd auto fade Otto, but that's just based off of that alone. I'm not betting this game.
Yeah, I'm staying away.
Yeah, I took first 5 money line and run line. I don't think I said that at any point during my whole breakdown.
You did, but you're on both.
I'm on both money line and run line. Yeah, I'm taking both. I'm taking the half at minus 110, I believe it was. Then I'm taking the money line at plus 120 or whatever it was.
Yeah. I mean, I think Caprillion is better than Otto.
Yeah, well, and the other point that I want to make is there are certain pitchers that are just straight up second half pitchers, especially this year where there wasn't a spring training, and Caprillion didn't get started in spring training and then started the season late because he came off of the IL. So this is a guy, and there are situations like this. You also look at Blake Snell, same exact situation, because he had the adductor injury. Injury, and then he came back. He didn't have any spring training, so he had to get warmed up. And now in the second half, you could argue that he is one of, if not the absolute best pitcher in baseball right now in the second half. Caprillion and other guys, second half. There are certain pitchers that when this stuff lines up, my eyes just light up. I just immediately start signaling in on that, and the radar is just going crazy. And Caprillion is one of those guys.
All right. Almost talking to me. Almost. Maybe I'll look at it later. Right now, though, we're going to talk about my adopted darlings that Moose tried to count out about a month ago or so. You remember, Dave? You were here then. It might have been.
I just said the road, and I've been right on it. They have not been nearly as good on the road.
I mean, we've been my adopted children have been playing some pretty good baseball second half of the season since All-Star break. And we're talking about the Orioles. What's up, guys? What's up, Baltimore? What's going on? Talking about the Orioles, the run line, and the Blue Jays. Excuse me. The other team they're playing, the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays.
Yeah, nobody cares about them anymore. Season started. They had high hopes. They're not the Astros neither, but that's another topic. Nobody wants to talk about the Astros. Orioles run line plus 1.5, minus 145. The money line is at plus 138. Blue Jays run line minus 1.5 is at plus 125. The money line is at minus 148. And we're looking at a total of 8.5. On the mound, we got Kyle Bradish, 1-4, 6.42 ERA, and Kikuchi for the Blue Jays, 4-6 with a 5.13. He's up there with Otto for me, guys. I don't know how you guys feel about Kikuchi. He's right up there with Otto. When I see his name, I'm like, oh, Fade, who are they playing? And if they're playing somebody decent, I take the over because I feel just like Kikuchi just fucking gives it up. But all right, a couple extra factuals, really quick. The Orioles 8-4 straight up in their last 12 games, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against Toronto, 7-3 straight up in the last 10 games against an opponent from the American League, and the totals have gone over in 8 of their last 12 games. Over in 5 of the last 7 on the road. Over in 6 of the last 6 games when playing on the road against Toronto. The Blue Jays 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games. 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games against an opponent from the American League, while their totals have gone over in 6 of the last 9. 8 of the last 8 against Baltimore, and 6 of the last 6 when playing at home against Baltimore. Now, I'm definitely on the over here, just based off these 2 pitchers. Shocker. I can't back Bradish as much as I like these Orioles. I'm just scared of him. I was thinking about, and this is a question I'm posing to you guys, taking the run line, and maybe that's about the only thing I see. But I did already take the 8.5. As I mentioned, reason being, both of these pitchers have ERAs above 5. Blue Jays bats, although they have been losing lately, but they can catch fire at any second now. Their totals just always skyrocket. They're an over team. That's one of the teams I've been riding with over with. I'm a trend follower. So Orioles money line, right? I can't back the pitcher is the fucking problem. And this game might be closer than what people think because of the bats. And I definitely think the Blue Jays probably have the better bats, in my opinion. But probably close. So I got the over 8.5. Somebody talk me onto the Orioles run line or tell me it's not that bad of a bet, maybe. I don't know. On the side. I don't have a side, but I want somebody to push me on this Orioles side.
So I have a bet here.
Go ahead.
So both of these starting pitchers are really bad. Kikuchi's probably worse, in my opinion. I haven't paid all that much attention to Bradish. It's just he's never been in a game that I've capped this year, I don't think. But looking at his stats, he's not good. Both of these pitchers are not good against each other. Over is probably a good play. Over is probably the safer play, but there's one point of delineation besides fading Kikuchi, which I've done, and that is the Orioles bats. Not on paper. The Blue Jays have, you look at their team on roster on a piece of paper, they've got a World Series contender, but they're really, really streaky. They're one of the streakiest teams this year. They rode into the All-Star game on a downswing. They came out of it on an upswing, and now they're on a 3-7 their last 10. Kikuchi's not the guy to get him out of it, and the Orioles bats are better against left-handed pitching than the Blue Jays are against right-handed pitching. So I'm going the first 5. The reason I took this over the over is I'm getting plus 135 to fade Kikuchi. Please sign me up.
Yeah, I get it. Plus 135. It's just Bradish. I can't.
I agree. He's no good. This is less of a play on. I think the pitchers are equally as bad. So when you have a wash there, I'm going to the offense.
I got you. I guess I'm probably a little more afraid of the Blue Jays bats than you are. That's what it sounds like. And the Orioles is my team. I want them to win. I want to take the run line really bad. Because I think that's good value at plus 1.5. Actually, I feel like I should parlay it with the Rays run line. I don't know why. I feel like those are too good value. I never take plus money run lines though, so I feel like I don't know how to play it. Like I don't know when you're supposed to take the plus run line. I just feel like that's great value though.
On the Jays?
No, fuck no.
No, I was gonna say what do you mean? You mean the plus money? Oh,
no, not plus money. Plus a run and a half. Excuse me.
Yeah, I got you.
Plus money, but I meant Orioles run line is what I meant.
Well, do you bet money lines at minus 145?
I would. So why not take a plus 1.5? Exactly.
That's too juicy for me, but I look at it like a money line.
Yeah.
Not for the first 5, for the full game. If you're looking at a plus money, a dog money line, I look at it like how you bet your favorite money lines. Would you bet a minus 145 favorite?
I would.
Okay.
I would do it money.
Then do it.
I kind of stopped myself like 150, 155-ish. Okay. But 145, I'm still good. You lose. It's not the most, profitable from a profit standpoint. But
I think in this game, if you like the Orioles, you should bet their money, get some plus money on the money line.
Yeah, why not? Well, I think if you bet the run line, you probably should bet the money line anyway. I'm saying that's one of those both. Anyway, as I babble on.
Yeah, I do. I kind of think the Orioles money line might be the best look because there is no 8.5 that I can get. Every 8.5 out there is juiced to 135, 139, 140.
I thought I was looking at an 8 right just now. Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%. I just looked because I was like, wait, is it really 8.5? I'll take an 8.5. I'm not going to take the
8.5 right now. Hold on, let me refresh.
Oh, what site? Is I just went through Bet DSI, Bet Online,
it's all
and Nevada.
It's all 9s.
They're all 9s, and the 8.5 is juiced all the way up to minus 135.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
All 9s.
Yeah. So you beat the movement on that. And I definitely like the first 5 over a little bit more so than the full game. The big reason why, and haven't touched on it yet, is Bradish and Kikuchi literally just faced each other on the 8th last week. They literally just faced each other. Kikuchi went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 home runs. Bradish went 5 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, gave up 1 home run. Bradish has been better since the All-Star break. He's got a 3.5 ERA since the All-Star break, but a lot of that has come recently in the month of July. So I do think that the look would be either the over or it would be the Orioles money line. But what keeps me off of it is the fact that the Jays, this is 100% the point in the season where they're either going to lose their ability to get into the playoffs, and they're just going to have to accept that we are going to be on a summer vacation here very shortly. Because they have this series versus the Orioles, and then they have a 4-game series in New York coming up right after that, and then a 3-game set in Boston. So they have a really important stretch coming up that they have to capitalize on, and if they don't, they are basically done because they don't see the Yankees again until the end of the year. So this is the moment where they have to make up ground, and they do play the Orioles quite a bit coming up here down the stretch. They have to establish that they can beat the Orioles, and that's why I'm off of it more than anything. The first 5 over would definitely be the side I would want to be on more than anything. But Orioles money line, I don't hate. It's just that Bradish just pitched against them and got shelled. So I would be very careful about trying to take any sides on this.
Cool. I like the over. I think that's the best play. Call it at 8.
If you got 8.5, that's a great call.
Definitely call it at 8.5. I see it. It did change the line. Don says, do y'all like under 3.5 first 5 Padres?
No.
I have another bet on that game, but not that one.
Oh, that's Musgrove and
Sandy.
Alcantara.
Yeah, Alcantara.
I'm going to be on the exact opposite of that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know that. I understand why 3.5. Why you're saying under? But
it's
are we talking about that game?
No, but you can touch on it right now if you want to go.
Yeah.
Well, did we have it scheduled to talk about?
We don't have to. I'll tell you, I'm backing Sandy, and I know Musgrove's good, but I've been doing it all season, and they're the one pitcher that gives them run support. That's the other reason why I probably don't like the unders, because the one pitcher they do hit for is Sandy. So, and I'm getting Sandy at a little plus money at home. Yes, please.
I actually like the over. I'm really, really close to betting it. Actually, I'm probably going to bet the over. Sandy Alcantara did face the Padres earlier this year, and the Padres hit him 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks. They really drove up his pitch count. They had an absolute game plan to just treat it 0-2 right off the bat, and you saw some defensive swings from 0-0 on, and they were just making sure that they got the pitch count up so they could get to the bullpen. I would expect the exact same approach, and I was going to go to the Marlins first 5 on this, and the one thing I wanted, right before I took the bet, I was like, you know what, let me just check and see how Soto and Machado do against him, because that's kind of it. Like, if there's going to be some offense coming from this, it's going to probably be from Soto or Machado, because they're just absolutely in fuego right now. And Soto has seen plenty of Alcantara. He's got a 290 average. He's hit 2 home runs off of him, 9 for 31. Machado has gotten 3 for 5 off of him. So they've had some success, and I kind of do lean towards the over, especially because Musgrove has really struggled, and he has passed his career high in pitched innings. And when you see that, what is more likely to happen is you're going to see a guy be really good for 3 innings, and then they'll fall for an inning, and then they'll get themselves back. But by the time they get themselves back, they've already allowed 2 or 3 runs to get on the board. And if I get 3 runs on the board from the Marlins, that's going to push on an over, because the over has been bet all the way down to 3 for first 5. So I am very close, and more than likely probably going to take a first 5 full game over in this matchup.
Okay. All right. I it was too tough of a side for me to pick. It's kind of why I stayed off this game. I like both pitchers. I kind of favor the Padres more a little bit, in my opinion, but not enough to pick a side. So, yeah, stayed away. I like the Padres bats better than I do the Marlins bats. I think that became the difference ultimately for me. But like I said, didn't make a play on it, stayed off of it. So here we are.
Well, and both pitchers have looked superhuman recently against the last few starts. Sandy's hit total 8, 6, 8. I mean 6 and 9 innings, so asterisk on that one. 8, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6. I mean, he's been getting, since the All-Star break, there have been games where he's absolutely been giving up hits. And that's something that you could not say earlier on in the year. Earlier on in the year, it was 3, 7, 4, 6, 5, 2, 2, 3, 6. I mean, like, it was just absurd numbers. So there's definitely you can see that it's towards the end of the year on a non-competing team.
Cool. All right, guys, let's keep it going. I got last game on the docket. Got practice today, so I kind of made it a short day. Figure this is probably, in my opinion, one of the better games on the slate. All around pitching matchup bats. Both these teams are hot right now. There's actually one more game I want to talk about, but I didn't put it in the quote to like do a whole little breakdown or whatever. So we'll get to that shortly. Hold on, let me get back to here. Mets and Braves. There we go. All right, but let's talk about the Mets and the Braves. Mets run line plus 1.5 is at minus 105. The money line is at minus 161. The Braves run line plus 1.5 is at minus 115, and the money line is at minus 153 with a total of 7.5. On the mound, we got Mr. Cookie Carrasco, Carlos 13-4, 3.69 ERA. And on the other side for the Braves, we got Spencer Strider, 6-3 with a 3.31 ERA. Both of these teams are playing pretty good goddamn baseball right now. The Mets are 8-1 straight up in their last 9 games, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games against Atlanta, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games on the road, 15-3 straight up in the last 18 games against an opponent in the National League. And the totals have gone under in 5 of the last 6 games, under in 4 of the last 6 games. Let's talk about the Braves really quick. They're 6-0 straight up in their last 6 games, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent from the National League, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent from the National League East Division, and their totals have gone over in 5 of the last 6 games against the Mets, but under in 4 of the last 5 games at home, under in 4 of the last 6 games at home when playing against the Mets. Now, Dave, I know you have a play on this game. Your boy is on Strider. For some strange reason, I want to take the over. I feel like 7.5 is low. I know we got 2 good pitchers, but I feel like both these team bats is hot. But I didn't make a move one way or the other. Maybe you guys can push me on that side. Dave, take it away.
Yeah, I'd push you the other way. And here's why. Strider is a very, very good pitcher. You'd consider him a rookie. He pitched a game or 2 last year, but by baseball rules, he's still a rookie. made the All-Star team. The guy can shove for sure. Two problems with him in this game. One is Moose talked about getting to the top of your innings. Well, he's a rookie, so obviously every game is going to be what's this guy's ceiling, right? That's one thing. The next thing is he hasn't pitched so well versus the Mets. And we all know as you see teams, it's going to favor the hitter, not the pitcher. So he's already starting from a bad point. Now, Cookie, he's a really good pitcher too. It's too hard to say who's better just because Strider's a rookie. Strider's had a better year, but Cookie's pitched really well the past few games. He's a veteran, and he's also pitched well against the Braves too this year. So I'm leaning towards the not obvious choice here with the Mets with starting pitching. And then when you get to the teams at the plate, the Braves are hitting very well, but the Mets are hitting right-handed pitching that much better. They're on a real tear the past 2 weeks. I'll read the stats. They're 298 average, 903 OPS, 220 isolated power, and 153 WRC plus. That's really smoking. So when you have a lean both ways, I'm leaning starting pitching. I'm leaning towards the Mets bats. I've got the Mets at plus money, another plus money line. I think I got it at plus 135. That's super disrespectful because to me, the Mets are the second best team in the National League. So I have the Mets money line first 5.
Behind who? Who's the first best team?
Dodgers.
Oh,
yeah.
My bad.
I know. The Mets are so good. You're like, who else is better? Well, the Dodgers can match up against the Mets. I'm sorry.
I'll take the Dodgers. I'll take the Dodgers. Moose.
And the over, by the way, is not looking bad either. It's just these two this could end up being a 1-0 game at the end of 5 innings. So
so my next question was going to be: do we expect how deep do we expect these pitchers to go? I mean, do we expect a typical outing, or do we expect the bats to be so good?
It's going to be based off per game performance. Either
of these teams could torch the other guy, and he could be 4 innings, 3 innings.
Because Strider already doesn't really pitch late into games anyway.
No.
So that was kind of my thinking that's kind of why I was leaning over. Strider typically is going to give you, let's just say 5. He's had a couple games where he might have went 6, but he has a couple games where he went 4. So we'll meet in the middle and say 5.
These bullpens have not been that good. They're kind of just slightly below average the past 2 weeks. Both have a 3.71 ERA. Their batting average against is 234 and 259, and WHIP is 142 and 131. So they're slightly below average. So they could get to the bullpens.
So if they get to the bullpens, because now both clubs are batting or slugging. Both are slugging above 400, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now what they are.
Well, Atlanta's slugging 444. The Mets are slugging 409. They're batting 251, the Braves, and Mets are batting at 259.
Are those season numbers, or is that last month?
Our season numbers over the season.
Last 2 weeks, they're way better. Both are way better.
Yeah.
So even more is why I'm like, all right, if they can get to the bullpen, they can easily go over 7.
I don't. That's a good bet. I'm not betting it, but that's not a bad angle at all.
I haven't bet it. I've only bet the Braves, but I want to take the over. Moose.
I wouldn't do a total. I think that you guys literally just kind of played through how it played out in my capping last night. I looked at Strider versus Carrasco. I was like, oh, Carrasco on the road has been really bad. Spencer Strider's has been outstanding. So I looked to go to the Braves side. And then I looked at Carrasco, and he has just been on fire the last month, 2 months. He's had road starts, and I think he's given up 0 runs in both of his last road starts versus the Reds and the Marlins. So asterisk if you want. But I really do think this is a Mets spot, and it's tough to make the bet just because Strider is fully capable of shutting down the Mets. I know that he just pitched well, but this is, he is your rookie of the year. I think you can kind of just lock that up now. There's not really much competition for that within the National League. So I expect him to pitch really well, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were some outbursts of runs towards the middle of the inning or middle of the game. But I think it's tough to pick a total. I think the side would be the Mets, but I didn't make a bet on it basically because I think Strider could pitch really well. And I don't think it's one of those games where I had a good feel for it.
Do you feel like the line is disrespect? I think that's way too much plus money for the Mets, personally. I think it should be closer game.
I think a lot of it is because of Carlos Carrasco's numbers, and a lot of people do. I mean, I just pulled it up because I was shocked.
Strider's numbers are better on the year. If you look at their stat line, they're better. But if you look at Carrasco, like you said, the past 7 games, he's shoved.
Yeah, since the month of July started, here's his totals in terms of runs he's given up: 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 3, 2.
Who did he give 3 runs up to?
He gave that up to the Braves.
Oh, there you go.
But it was 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, and it was 1 home run. I believe it was a 3-run home run by Riley, because I was on that game against Carrasco and I cashed. So I'm pretty sure it was a 3-run home run and it pushed him out of the game. But he has been absolutely outstanding. And you mentioned that he's a veteran and he is starting to really figure it out in the most important, crucial time of the year. The Mets already handled business with the Braves, so it's all the pressure's on the Braves. Like they have to get back in it, because now they are in a pretty fickle wild card race, because you have multiple teams that are getting kind of shoved into this final push for the playoff spot. So I think it's 100% a Met spot. I didn't pull the trigger because I am apprehensive with Spencer Strider on the mound. But anybody that has bigger balls than me can just go ahead and put a money line bet on the Mets, and I think you guys are going to have a really good night tonight. But I just couldn't do it. I could see Strider having a really good game.
Well, I took fucking Strider, so put me on the other side.
Strider's going to – so this is the thing. This game – Strider's a great pitcher. I think he's going to be good for a while. This is the game that will tell you how much development he's going to have. If he goes out today and pitches 6 innings of shutout ball – he's going to be he's going to be a star right away. If he come out and struggles because it's his first season, he's pitched, so many innings, second half, then you're going to see that he's a normal human being. So we'll see how it goes, but I definitely like Strider. I just think this is the Mets spot in this game.
Yeah, I agree.
I hear you. What's up, LJ? Mr. LJ from H-Town.
He likes the Mets.
He likes the Mets. He likes the Astros first 5 run line plus 110. Rangers team total over 4.5 plus 100.
That's a homer bet right there.
What, the Astros first 5?
Oh, and the Rangers, I guess. I mean,
no, we're LJ's from H-Town. We don't.
Do you guys hate on the other Texas team?
I won't say we hate on the other Texas, or I mean, I personally don't hate on the other Texas teams, but it's the Rangers aren't anybody that reps the Astros don't rep the Rangers.
I see what you're saying.
No other Texas team. Houston people are Houston teams. Dallas people are Dallas teams. Like the Rangers is technically considered probably Dallas.
So can we all hate on the Cowboys when it comes football season? Then?
We can all hate on the Cowboys. And I'm not a football hater. I don't hate the Cowboys. I hate their fans because they're just unrealistic.
I agree. Every year they've got the best quarterback and the best team.
Yeah, they're going to the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah.
It's 92. It's amazing how that works. So I got a friend of mine that he told me every year this year when I'm betting against the Cowboys, call him. So it's going to be a great son. No, we're not going to do that right now because I don't have any of that stuff that you're talking about. To make that stuff, and we have to get ready for football practice, and I'm doing the show right now.
No, I can buy this.
I hear you, but you keep forgetting the part that said I'm doing the show right now. Live right now. It's not a lot of people watching this, but I'm live right now on the internet. Just interrupting
on the World Wide Web.
Yeah, Jesus
the
Christ.
internets.
Yeah, he wants to make strawberries and then like melt the Jolly Ranchers, and it's a whole bunch of shit. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Make little bubbles and shit. Yeah, I've seen that shit on TikTok.
Fucking YouTube. That's what it is. Got a little kids. Yeah, man. I got 4 of them. So clearly I do.
Yeah.
Or
well,
at least
you love making them.
Exactly. No, I love my kids, man. I love kids. That's why I'm a football coach and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I'm a coach too, so I hear it.
So, all right. So I didn't put this game in the breakdown. I gotta get ready to go to practice here in a little bit, but I did take. I do want to just see what you guys think about it. I took Ohtani today, and mainly because it's Ohtani. Yeah. When he pitches, I bet. It's the only time I normally bet on the Angels is when he pitches. Kind of automatic right now for me personally, honestly. Depending on the matchup, obviously, I think this is a matchup he can win. So I took Ohtani on the money line. I caught it at, I believe, like 105. Minus 105. So what do you guys think? They're taking on the Mariners, by the way.
It's not a horrible bet. What's this? This total's like really low, like 6 or 6.5, I think.
Yeah, I would still take the under on that.
Yeah, me too.
It's like 6.5.
The best bet in this game, because Ohtani's good, but Luis Castillo is a dude too, and the Angels strike out is a K prop. I didn't look at them. It's probably 8.5.
Oh shit!
I take 8 and ladder
it. What is it?
I think it's 8.5, and Castillo's like 7.8 every game. So he's definitely impressive.
If it's 7.5, I'm taking it.
And here's the thing: since he's come over from, I don't know if my stats pulled up, but since he's come over to the Mariners, he's only played the Yankees, and he gave up 3 runs, had a quality start one game, and then he pitched 8 innings of shutout ball against the Yankees.
Oof! They priced it at 9.
What's
the 8? The 8 is minus 143, and the 9 is plus 167.
That big of a jump?
Yeah. Ohtani is actually not too bad. His 8 is minus 118, so 7.5 on Ohtani is minus 118.
He's been having games when he's only had like 3 and 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, I'm not going to play that.
Yeah,
I kind of threw it out there.
I don't hate the Angels and Ohtani. Just going on a pitcher you like. Luis Castillo is a dude though.
Right.
And
the Angels, they haven't played terribly recently. I mean, they've had some comebacks.
A little bit better since more recent baseball, especially since like right before the All-Star break, they were awful.
Yeah, if you could get a 3.5 first 5, I think that's a really good look. But these guys are also fully capable of kind of getting the walk. They get walkitis, and they can kind of implode. Both of them have a history of it, so that would be something that'd be. I knew as soon as I saw Castillo Ohtani, I was like, this is going to get priced to the under to a point that it's just going to not be able to get played. But when a game is priced to the under like it is, generally it does go to the under. I know that's kind of contrary to what I just said because I just took the Padres Marlins over 3 at minus 115 just because I felt that was the wrong price on that. And I think they're doing the same thing here, but I think in this situation it's much more warranted because they are that good, and the lineups are not all that great right now. Mariners on the road, not necessarily as good as they are at home. I don't have the numbers, but that has been something that throughout the year that has kind of played itself out.
Gotcha. All right, guys, well, we're at an hour mark. Not a bad first day back. It's been a minute. Do a quick little recap. We only got about 3 plays, kind of light for us today, at least for myself anyway. Apparently, me and Dave, one of us is not going undefeated today because we're opposite on one game. So I'll start with myself. I am on the Rays run line. Probably a upset, emotional bet because I took the Yankees last night. I'm kind of pissed off about it. So now I'm on the Rays run line, but I got great value. I believe it was like 1-0 something. I'll double that and check in a second. I'm also on the Orioles Bluejays over. I caught it at 8.5. It's currently at 9. That kind of makes a difference to me, but I'll still recommend it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on 8.5, so I don't know how you feel about. I don't know how you guys feel about me recommending a 9 when I'm on 8.5. I'm also on the Braves money line. Moose Money Bets. He is on the Royals and Twins first 5 under. He's also on the A's first 5 money line and run line. Am I missing anything, Moose?
No, the other bet I made was Padres Marlins, so we didn't really cover that officially.
I'm also on, the Angels. We didn't cover it, but I'm making it an official play. So put me on the Angels. Forgot about that.
If you want to give me if you're doing that,
I want to make it an official play. So I mean,
Yeah, well,
I said I'm
let me
taking
do it. I mean, I told you beginning like the first episode, if I play it, I'll make it official, and I played it. So if we talked about it, I'll play it first 5 Padres Marlins over 3.
first
I
5
got an ad too of the Marlins game because we
over
Marlins first 5.
3.
And
All right.
Don, just real quick, the other games I do like Cubs Nationals under first 5, but the best one probably on the board that you can get would be the Diamondbacks Giants under first 5 and full game.
There's Don plays
There you
answer.
go, Dom. I was going to say, there you go,
Yeah.
Dom. You needed some unders. There you go, right there. Picks from Dave. I know you just told me to add a game that I'm missing, but right now I have Orioles first 5, money line, and Mets money line. And then what are we going to add again?
So it's Mets first 5. So we can actually
Mets
both
first
go
5.
undefeated. We can go undefeated.
Okay, cool. We can both make it.
Yep.
All right.
And
Mets
then
first
Marlins
5.
first 5. Mets
And Marlins first 5 money line. 5 money line. Looks a little weird, but all right. Orioles first 5 money line. Mets first 5 money line. Marlins first 5 money line. All first 5 money line plays for the homie picks from Dave. Orioles money line, right? So no, nobody took that Orioles money line. I like the run line, but I guess if I like the run line, I would bet the money line. To be 100% honest with you, Don, I'm gonna parlay both those run lines. That way, I get plus money. The run line for the Rays, even though I bet it already, I'm gonna parlay it with the Orioles run line just because I'm a little scared. I don't trust the pitcher. So yeah, that's my move. But I can't recommend that play for you, dog. Not with that pitcher. I didn't take it. None of the other guys took it. So I don't think we should recommend that for you, my brother. If you do press that button, though, I hope you win, big dog. Catch picks from Dave. We're gonna break down the pick 12 of Pack 12. Dave, I believe that's this week. I'll keep you posted on that. So y'all be on the lookout for that. We got the SEC to go and All American and MAC, and then after that, Tuesdays we will start the NCAA season. That'll be brought to you every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 o'clock Central, and I'm doing math, 5 o'clock West Coast time. That's not what it's called. I know it's like, what do y'all call it? What is it?
Pacific Standard.
There we go.
West Coast time is way better.
I think I like West Coast time. West Coast it's like 6 o'clock West Coast time. We'll start doing our college show breakdown every week, Wednesdays, once NFL starts, same time on the NFL channel. So picks from Dave, let people know where they can find you at.
Yep, picks from Dave on Twitter. I post picks every night. They're free. Picks from Dave on YouTube. I do pick videos every day, and I'm on this show when Marley will let me.
Well, it's pretty easy to get on. Just ask Moose. He's been getting unlimited college invites. So pretty
One
sure
more
I'll
thing.
see Moose did a bunch of those Tuesdays.
One other thing that's a surprise I didn't even tell you guys. This Friday night will be the first sort of an open forum for capping at night. I'm going to post about it on my Twitter page. So we're going to have something like this. Only people in the chat can come on. And all it is going to be us sitting around watching games, maybe drinking, smoking, and capping the weekend. You know, all the football and and baseball, and that's going to be on my channel on Friday nights.
I like it. I'll be there. Be there or be square. SBO. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
I'm down.
Slow down.
I'm down. Hey, I'm down. I put money on it.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
Aren't you sick of that, though? Come on. We want something different.
I am. If I was 100% honest with you, I hope they don't win. And it's not because I don't think they're good or anything. I just want somebody else to win SBO. I just want to see somebody else
I get it.
in the national championship other than Alabama.
Yeah,
I don't even want them to make the playoffs, to be honest.
Shit.
But
but when the sun comes up every day.
it's not like hate or anything. Like, I understand they are fucking good. They're the most talented. Like, I get all that shit. They got one of the greatest coaches, if not the greatest coach in college football history. I understand all that stuff. I just want to see some different colors in the playoffs and some different fucking people. That's it.
Yeah.
So, but if I was a betting man, my money is already out there.
I did. I did. I put it on there.
Shout out to
Alabama,
everybody
Ohio State.
through, man. I appreciate that. LJ, I appreciate you popping in, putting in picks. Dom, SBO, appreciate y'all boys being active in the chat. Like, hold on, what you say?
Good puss don't want nobody else to have it. Yeah.
I get it.
Lock that shit down. Lock that shit down. Put a ring on it every year.
I get it, dog. I get it. I just hey, it's slip ups can happen. We saw them happen last year, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully, not hopefully, because I don't want to hope nobody don't win. We'll just see. May the odds forever be in your favor, HBO, as I've been saying on Twitter lately. All right, man. We got to get up out of here. We're over the hour mark. I appreciate Moose.
Oh, let me do my. I got something to actually get out.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No worries. I usually never would do anything, but I actually have something I'm excited about it.
Go ahead.
So this week I'm going to start my fantasy football rankings. I'll probably have that available. If you want to message me, I'll be able to send it to you real quickly. And I have a real good process that I do that I wanted to share with everybody. So what I do, and this is something I hope everybody at least tries just a little bit of, is you put on the league, FX the league, and you just let that stream. And then you drink yourself a little beer, have some vodka. Me personally, I make a little mixer with some vodka, some orange juice, and then you just go ahead and get your rankings all out there. And you just spend about 2 days with binge watching, vodka drinking, and get your ranks done. Bingo, bango, bongo. You have yourself a nice little couple of days. So that's going to be me the next 2 days. I should still have some MLB bets coming through. But you can always check on Twitter at Moose Money Bets. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
But hit my homie Moose up. I just get me a magazine and do it that way.
Yeah, I go crazy on it.
Hit the homie Moose up for all your fantasy needs. What do you say, this weekend, Moose?
I'm doing it tonight. I started it last night. I went through my quarterback. I do 2 rounds. I'll make my initial kind of ranks. And if you don't know who this guy is, Chris Harris is one of the absolute GOATs for fantasy football stuff. He takes all the bullshit jargon that you hate hearing, like, yaks and yards after, like, average yards per carry. He takes all that stuff out and starts looking at it more from a talent perspective, which is how I love looking at players.
You want to make me want to set a video during my draft so I can just ask you who should I draft.
Dude, I'm just telling you, like, it's so awesome and refreshing to hear somebody that just looks at things from a talent perspective, because as coaches, like Marley, as coaches, that's how we look at players. We don't look at players going like, hey, look at his stats. Like, he's not that good. Like, right. If a dude doesn't have stats, then he will.
Oh, I think you froze up, Moose. Something happened with the Moose, man.
Hey Don, he answers DMs on Twitter if you want to Twitter him.
Yeah, Dom, just hit him up in his DM on Twitter. That's his Twitter right there at Moose Money Bets. Hit him in the DM. He'll respond. Moose is a real cool dude, so he'll respond to you. I am Marley Bets, and this is right here. This is Brothas N Bets, and first try on the money. Bam, that right there. That is picks from Babe, and that used to be down there. That used to be Moose Money Bets. We'll see him tomorrow, though. He'll be back. Hit him up in the DM. That's a bet done, man. Anytime. And for those that don't know, like yesterday, like today, and for damn sure, like tomorrow, y'all already know what it is, man. Let's beat Vegas. We out this month.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way.